What's up, you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another Marvel Legends action figure review on the Marvel Legends Spider-Man 2022 Vintage Collection Retro Card Animated Hobgoblin. Trying to get your Marvel Legends? You can do so at
Big! Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below.
And while you're down there, I ask you to please hit that like button. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell. And oh man, it's taken a while for me to get my hands on this figure. I did not want to pay scalper prices, and I finally found it on Target.com, so I swooped it up. And I'm not really that thrilled about this figure. Just to give you a warning, I'm not that excited about it. But on the back right over here, you can see a read-up on Hobgoblin. If you want to read it, go ahead and pause it right now. And then as well on the back, you can see the other figures from this wave that I've already reviewed. Of course, they show you how you can apply the accessories to the figure. But anyway, let's get to it and slice this thing open. I'm still going to cut from the bottom right over here and cut from the bottom right over here, and then slice, and slice. Oh, I ruined the card. I don't think I'm going to keep this one, but hey, I like to do this anyway. There's your action figure caca right there, and there's the not so awesome looking Hobgoblin figure. Slide it out right there. All right, there he is. Yeah, still not that excited. All right, let's get this guy on the rotating base. So getting the new Hobgoblin figure on the rotating base once again, I gotta say, after messing with the figure out of the packaging for a minute, I do like it a whole lot less, like even less. So let's get a closer look at the accessories, and then we'll take a closer look at the figure. First off, I didn't like that I wasn't able to get this figure on the rotating base with my Mafex stand as I usually like to do, and it's because of the feet. Unlike the last version, we have, the little pointy toes right over there on Hobgoblin, and because of that, this time around, if you want him suspended by the figure and have him up in the air, oh great, thank you. Yeah, now it's working out just fine, damn it. But for the most part, it falls off very easily. So as you can see, you can make it work, but it's just a lot harder to deal with than it was before. But getting a closer look at the glider, I do like how it came out. The red eyes right there do look pretty sweet, and you get this nice purple. It has a slight metallic sheen to it. It's not super shiny or anything. Same exact sculpt as the last one. And then you can see that we have the same pumpkin bomb right over here. So that looks pretty cool with the translucent orange. I like it when they use the translucent orange. You can see that fine green paint right in there. Looks really good with a little bit of black mixed in there, so I do like that. And then you have the satchel right over here. Looks pretty good with all the stitching and stuff. A little bit of silver right over there, so that's kind of neat. And the figure doesn't come with this already attached to it, so you got to just weave through the arm, hook around the neck, then add the cape right there, and smack that head right onto that ball peg. So I get that Hasbro's going with the animated angle. That's what this figure is about. Also, for people that missed out on the last version, this figure is not for me. I wish they included the gun over here. That would have been nice to add to it. I don't know, maybe some cell shading here and there, but it looks like they got the colors down. Anyway, here's a head sculpt comparison. It's the same head sculpt, but yeah, here's the previous version. Just looks way cooler to me. Look at that wash right over there. Got nothing like that over here. Cape looks way cooler on the previous version, and yeah, we have different parts over here to match the animated look. No chainmail or scale mail or anything like that, even though on the cover kind of hints to the scale mail, so that bothers me a little bit. They should have just taken that out of the drawing, I guess. But yeah, the gloves are different and the boots are different, as I explained earlier on. And if they just added a little bit of that two-tone shadowing, like a little bit of gray on the arms, I think that would have been cool, just to make it kind of fit in with the Venom figure a little bit more. But without it, it kind of just looks like a really bland-ass Hobgoblin figure, especially when you compare it to this badass one right over here. Yeah, and this guy came with two head sculpts too, and a Build-A-Figure piece, right? What wave was this? Now, the Space Venom Build-A-Figure wave. That's right, Space Venom. So I will spare you guys an articulation segment, but I will mention that the shoulders tended to get a little caught over there with the torso, and it just kind of chewed up those joints just a little bit for me. Not a huge, big pain in the butt or anything, but, it is something that bothered me just a little bit. But otherwise, the articulation on the figure isn't too horrible. It's about the same as it was on the last one. But anyway, measuring out this figure, you can see that he's standing just a little over 6.5 inches tall. all. Now for a size comparison, you can see the Space Venom Build-A-Figure Waves Hobgoblin next to this retro card version, and they stand at the same height. Just like with this one, I did have a tricky time getting him to hold the pumpkin bomb. Yeah, I didn't mention that earlier. I did use some sticky tack to help me with it, but I gotta say, I am curious to see a head swap over here, so let's check that out. No, okay, cool. This is just like really dumb. Sweet. Yeah, it's as dumb as I thought it would look. Okay, cool. Then for a retro card goblin comparison, you can see we have the retro card Hobgoblin next to the retro card Green Goblin, and neither of these are my favorite versions in figure form, but hey, there we go. I may customize the both of them. I don't know. Maybe. Then here's our animated Hobgoblin next to the animated Venom. And while I'm complaining about action figures, I do pray for any suffering going throughout the world right now, because there are worse things happening to people out there than getting a figure they don't like. This animated Venom has grown on me more and more over time. I mean, I always liked it, but yeah, I'm liking it even more so. And I would have liked a little bit of this kind of paint treatment on the other animated figures, just so that we could have some consistency going on here, so I could feel like, oh, these are all of my animated Spider-Man villains. You know what I mean? That would have been pretty cool to see a little bit of gray shading throughout, just to make it fit in a little bit more. I may customize this one. I mentioned that already, but yeah, I'm thinking about it more and more and more. Then here's a new Hobgoblin figure next to our retro card Spider-Man. Now, I don't mind if they just give us comic versions with those animated retro cards, but you know, this is deliberately a comic version right over here. This is deliberately an animated version, but if there's a little bit more of a distinction between the two, I would appreciate it. And then here's a Hobgoblin figure next to all the other figures from this vintage collection wave. We have the Ben Reilly Spider-Man, we have the Symbiote Spider-Man, we have Hammerhead Shocker, and the Spider Armor Mark I figure. And ranking this was actually very tricky to do. I mean, it wasn't hard putting this one at the bottom of the list. I mean, it totally sits at the bottom of the list very comfortably, no problem right over there. But for the rest of them, very hard to rank. And at number 5, oh god, I regret doing this, but I'm giving it to the Ben Reilly Spider-Man. I still really like that figure a lot, but I just got a Mafex version and I like that a lot more than this one. What can I say? But I still like it, so I don't hate it. And then next from there, again, tricky to do, but I am giving it to the Mark 1, or the Spider Armor Mark 1 figure right over here. And then above that, the Hammerhead, and then Shocker, and then number 1 is the black suit, or aka symbiote suit Spider-Man. I'd like to know your ranking. If you let me know in the comment section below, I will give it a heart. And then here's the new Hobgoblin figure next to your average 6-inch scale figure. We have the Marvel Legends Big Time Letdown Spider-Man. Oh, new Hobgoblin. Oh. Oh. Oh, wow. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I had more fun making the video than actually playing with the figure. If you liked the video as much as I did, hit that like button. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button, as well as the notification bell. And a big thank you to all the people that support this content over on Patreon and membership, so I'm able to make these kind of videos. If you want to support and you're in a position to do so, check it out. Link in the description below. And this figure is just not for me. It's not a figure made for me or anybody else that has the Space Venom Build-A-Figure Waves Hobgoblin figure, because that's just a much better version, hands down. I think this is an adequate Hobgoblin for somebody who missed out on one of the overpriced Hobgoblins that are on the aftermarket right now, because that's the reality of the situation. So I think it's a smart move for Hasbro to go ahead and pump this out, you know what I mean? It's like, hey, people are going to buy it, people are going to want it, so that's cool for them. But for me personally, the price of around 22 to 25 bucks, I'm going to give this Hobgoblin figure a Sun rating of pass. And I'd like to know what you guys think, so please let me know in the comments section below. Is this a pickup for you? Is this a pass? I know for some it's a pickup. For me, it's just definitely a pass. I'd like to know if you want to see the latest Marvel news and a photo gallery of images. You can find it all over at marvelousnews.com. And if you want to stay in touch with me on social media, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, and TikTok. And I do have a live stream tonight at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on my second channel, Rust Toy Reviews. I hope to see you there. We're going to do some window shopping and look at a bunch of action figure announcements and talk figures. So I hope to see you there, and I will catch you guys later. Peace!
That's crispy.
Hey, new ShartimusPrime videos. Hey, you should click one. Yeah, click on one of them. Or subscribe if you haven't. Your face.